Hello everyone, Deidre here, licensed therapist and pastor. And today, you guys, I think there's so much conversation and just so much thought about what is my therapist thinking. Maybe sometimes you've sat there and you're like, am I boring them? Do they think I'm crazy? Do they think I'm too much? Do they think I'm overreacting? What are they thinking? So today I want to put it out there. Some things that I am thinking as a therapist. One of the things that I'm thinking, especially when I am having a client where the rapport is amazing, there is an amazing back and forth, there's an amazing exchange of thought, and we're just in an amazing zone as client and therapist. I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I really wish I did not meet this person in the context of therapy, because once I'm your therapist, we can't hang out. No, we're not gonna go hang out and catch a movie. That's just not gonna happen, right? So there are times when I'm like, oh, I really wish I could join you Saturday night when you're going out with your friends, or you're going out to that place where you can't wait to go eat. I just know I can't join you there, and sometimes I'm like, man, really wish we didn't meet in this context. Another thing that I'm thinking sometimes, not even sometimes, all the time, especially the more complicated and more complex your situation is, I'm thinking, God, please give me wisdom. This is beyond me. This is bigger than me. I never assume that I have all the answers. I never assume that just because I've been trained, I've been called, I've been all this kind of things. I never assume that I have the answers you need. And so while you're talking, while you're sharing, I am literally praying in my heart and my mind, and I'm like, God, please give me wisdom, give me discernment, help me to know what exactly is happening here, and please use me in an amazing way to bring healing to this person, or let me say to facilitate the healing journey, because I can't heal anybody. That's for God to do, but I want to facilitate that. So I want to ask God for wisdom. I want him to give me the guidance, the strength, everything that I need, so I can be the best that I can be in that moment, and I can know exactly what this person needs prayerfully. Another thing that I'm thinking is, how do I tackle this? Is there a specific modality of therapy? Are we thinking short term? Are we thinking long term? Are we dealing with traumas? Are we dealing with career counseling? Are we, what exactly are we working through here? And so I really try to start wrapping my mind around that, just to start to think of a framework as we kind of track together. Another thing that is really consistent for me in my thinking during sessions is I'm looking for common denominators, cycles, patterns, and themes. And my clients hear this language often. I say, I'm seeing certain themes, I'm seeing certain patterns. There are consistent common denominators as you're talking, right? And I love that, because it really helps us to connect many dots sooner than later, because I'm always looking for those patterns, those cycles, those denominators, and those themes. Another thing that I'm looking for, another thing that I'm thinking about is, Deidre, I know this is overwhelming. I know this is a lot. I know you care. And I know you wish you could change this person's situation. I know you wish you could snap your finger and this person is out of their pain and out of their anguish. But you cannot let this consume you. Like, you cannot let this thing keep you up at night. You have got to find a way to care, but not let what is happening with them take over your mind. And yeah, as therapists, we do care. And so you're talking, you're sharing, you're pouring out, and we are with you, man. I am telling you, we are right there with you. When you want to cry, sometimes and sometimes we can say, this is really an emotional time for you. And I also feel like, man, this is a tearjerker, right? So there is a need sometimes to remind, let me say for me as a therapist, there is a need for me to remind myself that while I want to help, while I want to facilitate a healing journey, but I cannot allow it to consume me. I need to be able to keep my mind leveled so that I can be there for you and show up for you. Another thing that I'm thinking about is, how does one person go through so much? Sometimes I'm genuinely thinking to myself, that's a lot. You have dealt with a lot. You've come through so much. And sometimes I just really become amazed at how resilient you are, and how amazing God's ability is to preserve someone through some of the most tumultuous times of their lives. I really sit there in amazement and I say to myself, God really sustains. God really is a keeper, man, because sometimes your stories shake me to the core, really. And it gives me an opportunity to see that with the help of God, people really do come through in ways that just simply amaze me. So I am always amazed at the resilience of my clients. And so as I think about, man, how does one person go through so much? My natural thought is, look at them, man, they've made it this far. Let's keep going. And the last thing is, what I think about during therapy is, man, I love what I do. Oh my goodness. When I see my clients having these like IKEA moments, and like a light bulb goes off in their minds, and I think, and I see them like connecting those dots with me, and I see them having these moments of like, wow, I never saw it like that before. Oh my goodness, I feel so much better. And they're just like, thank you so much. I'm like, ooh, I love what I do. Oh my goodness. Love what I do. So you guys, there it is. Some of the things that goes through the mind of a therapist while you are sitting in front of them. Let's continue to chip away at this thing called life together. And everyone, we're on a journey. Give yourself some grace.